So today I wanted to talk about the true cost of being the responsible one. Some people from a very early age, it usually starts very early, step into the role of being the ones who are able to carry the burdens, who are able to step in when the others are lacking, who are able to and willing to take responsibility where it is offered, or even like maybe it's not even directly offered, but something in you makes you step forward and pick up the torch, pick up the thing that is unmanaged, maybe pick up the role of taking care of your siblings, maybe pick up the role of taking care of some kind of aspect in your family life, even though you're just a child. Maybe the role of taking care of your parent emotionally or physically or mentally. So it can happen that you step into this role very early in your life of being the strong one, of being the capable one, being the responsible one. And maybe you get rewarded for it. And you sense that, yes, this is how I fit in. This is how I feel my part of the whole, this is how I get the feeling of belonging. And maybe I get the feeling of recognition, of worth, of value, of being appreciated by others. And being able to carry responsibility is kind of like a superpower that we can really rely on, that others learn to rely on. And if you are used to taking this role, if you are used to carry the responsibility, then you seamlessly take it into your adult life. Maybe you take it into your professional life. Maybe you take it into your friend circles, your social life, your partnership, your relationship, into your family life. And at some point, you start to feel tired, you start to feel empty, overwhelmed, and just in general frustrated because you feel that something is amiss. Although on paper everything looks good, maybe you get promoted, you get appreciated in your work life, in your family life, but from time to time, you sense that things are actually out of balance. And when it gets really tough, you feel that it's really hard for you to ask for help because it goes against your identity, whether it's something you acknowledge consciously or something you feel unconsciously. But like if you have identified with the role of being the capable one, then it goes against your identity to admit that I'm actually depleted right now. I need help, or I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to carry this. I need to put things down. If you have identified with the role of being the capable one, the responsible one, you don't have the room to be weak. You don't have the room or the permission internally to ask for help. And this is when you might end up in a total burnout, or you might end up feeling enormous resentment for your coworkers, for your bosses who take advantage of your willingness to take the responsibility and to take care of things that otherwise would just be not taken care of. So this resentment, this feeling that things are actually out of balance, starts to grow in you, and there's seemingly no way out because you're so used to identifying with this. You're so used to also play along with others people's expectations of you being the strong one. If there's something that needs to be fulfilled, if there is some responsibility to carry, people naturally turn to you because you are the one who is capable enough, who takes the lead always, who takes responsibility, who makes sure that things get done in the right way, in a responsible way, in a good enough way, in a way that things should be done. You are the one. And your ego is also rewarded by this expectation, by this projection coming towards you from others. So it feels impossible to let this go and to admit that actually I'm too tired. I can't take this onto my shoulders because I'm too tired. Let's talk about physical symptoms, because this kind of role carrying often comes with certain physical symptoms. It comes with tension in your nervous system, but not in this kind of like wobbly way, but it's kind of like if you carry this role of being the strong one, you unconsciously build an armor because your softness, your vulnerability is not allowed to be visible. It doesn't have permission. So you build a layer of armor so that you are the one who is always holding themselves together, holding themselves up without any external help. And what this brings very often is also like tensions. It's literally like your shoulders are burdened by tension. Like maybe your neck and your shoulders get stiff and painful, and maybe your jaw thickens and like is this kind of rigid and holds tension. So there's like permanent tension in your body that you don't even notice anymore because you get so used to it, until maybe you start to have like real painful like periods of frozen shoulder or like neck pain, and you're not able to sleep anymore in a comfortable way because your body is just so full of tension, which over time turns into pain and maybe some like medical diagnosis about your joints or your muscles or your whole nervous system. So this kind of willingness to take on a big burden, to overcommit, to overpromise, and then like deplete all your true resources in delivering what you promised. Because responsibility comes also with this identity that if I promise something, I will stay true to my word because I want others to be counting on me, because I am that person who others can rely on. So that means that you lose the true connection with your authentic capabilities and resources. You don't even allow yourself to feel weak or to feel tired. Not enough so that it justifies you saying no to something. There is no room for that. So you overlook your tiredness, you overlook your hunger, you overlook your needs for rest, for relaxation. You learn to permanently live and act in this state of like activity and tension and strength. But sooner or later, because it's very hard to say no if you carry that role, if you carry that identity, sooner or later you will arrive to a point where you feel that you just can't take it anymore. And maybe you have some health issue that comes up suddenly. Maybe you have autoimmune disorder because you are actually going against your body with this pattern, with this like overt commitment to some role or external expectations. You're going against your own needs. You're going against your own natural boundaries. And sooner or later, your body will let you know that this is not something that can go on indefinitely. So in many people who carry this pattern, this carrying responsibility, taking on like extensive responsibility, being strong ones, they often continue carrying that pattern until there is some kind of big upheaval in their life. Maybe there is a burnout. Maybe there is a big health issue that just requires them to stop, that just makes it physically impossible for them to continue this way. And this is the point in their life where they are faced with their own incapability of admitting that they have overextended themselves. First time they are in a situation where they are truly vulnerable, where they truly have to step back from their responsibilities and admit, I am so tired. I've been carrying too much. And And my hope in making this video is that if you recognize yourself in this description of this pattern, please don't let things get so far. Maybe, like, usually there are signs before it gets to this kind of total dead end of the pattern and total disruption. There are signs. There's signs of stress. Maybe there's signs of, like, your quality of sleep goes down. Maybe you're lacking joy. You're feeling frustrated about life, about the people next to you, maybe your partner, maybe your co-workers. They just piss you off. And, like, you are not happy, you are not relaxed, but you're so used to it that you don't even recognize it anymore. But maybe it shows up in some conflicts. Maybe you start to have, like, a little misunderstandings with your colleagues. Maybe your relationship with your partner is starting to carry more of an edge or, like, undertone of dissatisfaction. This is the time where it's super important, instead of finding the reasons for your discomfort and your irritability from the outside, to start tuning inside and asking yourself, what do I actually need? What is going on with me? Am I in connection with my true needs? Am I taking care of myself physically, energetically? Do I have enough rest? Do I have regular nutrition? Do I have movement? Do I move my body? And am I able to relax physically? Am I able to relax my nervous system? Is there something that I'm doing that is just for the sake of my own well-being and balance? Or am I always on the run of taking care of others, taking care of external things, carrying roles, responsibilities, like the best manager or the best expert in my field or in my company? Do I always strive to be the best mother, the best father, the best friend, the best child, taking care of my parents in the best way? Like, what is the total sum of your, like, requirements for yourself? How much are they taking your energy and your time and your resources? And in what ways are you actually replenishing your resources? What ways are you making sure that you are rested, that you enjoy life, and you do things just for your own enjoyment? Like, is there anything you do just for your own enjoyment? And if you do something for your own enjoyment from time to time, can you do it without guilt? Can you do it with full presence and full permission to enjoy every minute of it? If you recognized something in this about yourself, then I have a quiz in my bio. Look at the link in my bio, where you can take a short quiz that helps you assess, like, where are you in this perspective in your life? Like, how much are you truly paying attention to your true needs, your true desires that really fuel you also internally? And how much of your life, of your everyday reality, is tied up with roles, responsibilities, and expectations from others? What is the balance in your life with this?